Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, as we move into the fifth consecutive day, the Australian dollar continues to push higher and now close to a 3-month high. That being said, though, we can see that as the market pushes higher and now negates the bearish outside range day and also the gravestone doji, is that the fact that we've got an outside range day to the bull case, but also we've got bearish divergence from the RSI. An overheating ADX does give some concern that we're getting quite close to the top side of this range that has been holding since 71.80 that emanates back towards late September. Nevertheless, the divergence we need to keep an eye on. As we see a close above 75.45, it would give me a neutral stance, but I'm monitoring this pattern because if we do see the bearish divergence snap in, then we could see a pullback towards that lower side of the range and a potential broader target of 74.45. The dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, plummeted overnight and therefore sent the euro surging and now playing with the resistance level of 116.65. I'm not getting bullish at these highs due to the fact is that although the dollar index is just holding positively around this trend line seen around 93.25.35, could actually see a downturn and see this candle actually return in the gains. Keep an eye on the DXY because if it does actually rebound, then we should see a pullback towards the bottom side of the range of 115.85, which I do prefer at this case. The dollar yen remains negative since the three dojis or the tri-star pattern now gives us further indication from the technical point as the MACD marries up with the RSI that we're looking towards 112.75 and reassess from there. Sterling back to the top side of the range. After a choppy 4 days, we are looking at 138, 30.50 area. If we can break there, then I do expect to see further rises and possibly to a target of 140. Keep an eye on that, but there is a little bit of a weak RSI. So let's see if the market can take the top side or reject it like previously. CAD still not confirming this outside range day, failing that is of not closing under 91.40. But the technicals are breaking down or weighing quite heavily towards a possible case and also a scenario that we closed underneath 91.40 looks towards 89.40 as a potential target. Looking at gold, well, as we can see here, the market is still attempting to try and reclaim that 1,812.16 area, but technically the RSI is breaking down and therefore could see a further weaker play into the European session. That is, I feel the market will look towards that 1,788 and the close underneath there should give further indication to the bearish case. Wrapping up with oil, the market since that gravestone doji still holds to a somewhat negative outlook towards that lower side of the range, around 78.70 a barrel. Let's reassess from there. With the technicals breaking down and married to a bearish case, supports the negative outlook. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. And as always, look out for the intraday report. And I hope you enjoy the great start to the new weekend.